Hello. Let me know if you can hear me because I'm testing right now. So hopefully it's working as always. So let's see. Hey, how's it going? Okay, cool. So let's see. Oh my goodness, it's connected through the JBL right now. Hey, how's it going? Hold on, let me disconnect that. Oh my goodness, it's connected through the JBL right now. Hey, how's it going? Please hold. Let me disconnect that. There, that's the easy way to do it. I appreciate y'all coming to my stream. I know it's been a while. I'm gonna let a little bit more homies show up, and then we'll do our tradition of the chat. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. We got people already here, so what I'm gonna do, per tradition, I ask you guys to say hello on the chat, and then we post on the gram, and then you have me pretty much the rest of the time, so I'm not dealing with social media stuff. So I'm going to say, go ahead and say hello and to come watch the stream. Go for it. I'm waiting. Come on. Here we go. Hey, we live, baby. Come hang out. I don't know why it's frozen. But anyway, chat is here. Come on by. Okay, that was really bad, but I'm just going to roll with it. Okay? Because it's not that important. Hey, we live. Well, there's my voice. The voice that, people relentlessly comment about. All right, we are live, baby. Come hang. Got that. Now I gotta get the link, and then I gotta copy the link. Isn't this exciting? It's so exciting, guys, watching the process, right? But I hope all of you have had a good start to your year. Mine has been rough, but that's why I'm here to kind of catch up with everybody. It was the lowest amount of uploading I've done in almost 10 years, and it did not feel right. I can tell you that much, but I physically couldn't do it. So it was not fun. Oh man, they changed how to do links on Instagram. Why you gotta do this? Dude, I don't know about y'all, but man, I hate the new Apple interface, and it's very confusing for me because I'm a doofus. I was gonna say a nastier word, but yeah, they changed how to do it. Why they do this? DJP444 in the house. That's right. That is right. Can you not do links anymore? Hold on. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to say come hang, and we're going to go with that. Okay? Oh, because... Guys, I had it as a reel. Amazing. Great job, David. I'm just going to put the link, and then we're just going to do it that way. There it is. And now it's not showing up as a sticker. Sick. I am a professional live streamer. Isn't it amazing? There. Okay, it's working now. Boom. Okay, we're done. We're here. Okay. Anyway, the first quarter of the year is always shit. Yeah, definitely. Okay, hate the cold. Yeah, me too, man. Okay, mine's awesome. Seattle Seahawks Super Bowl. Yep, they're coming back. Not a huge football guy, but I'm sure that's important for y'all. Yeah, I was an Instagram grandma just now. That's for sure. Did you ever build Lego sets as kids? Dude, I was so bad at Lego sets. My cousins were amazing at it. They could do it with no directions, and meanwhile, I really struggled. Building Legos. So yeah. now that you're all here, so I uploaded 4 times this month. 4 times. That's it. It was the worst ThatDudeinBlue month in 10 years because of that. And it was mostly because I was sick. I got sick twice. So I got a horrible sinus infection on New Year's. Antibiotic, 5 days, got rid of it. Great. Then I went to Detroit, saw the Dark Horse SC. And by the way, the most annoying thing in media is I follow the rules so strictly when it comes to seeing previews and leaks and stuff. Somebody in our media group leaked the Dark Horse SC and tagged me in the photo. So then I had to like try and do some Sherlock Holmesing to try and figure out who it was, and we never could. Never figured it out. So then, after that, I came home, and then RTR had a thing in Charlotte, so I drove all the way to Charlotte, and so I went from Detroit to home to Charlotte, drove all the way to Charlotte, and then in the middle of the night, I got the flu. So then I couldn't do the RTR thing, stuck in the hotel for 2 days, drove all the way back home, and then just fought for my life for like 2 or 3 days, then finally threw in the towel and went to the hospital, got another medicine, and then now I've just been dealing with fatigue this whole time. But yeah, somebody said you don't have backup content. Well, no, because I can't edit. I couldn't think. I couldn't do, dude. You guys know that game, Roller Coaster Tycoon? Okay, there's like a Jurassic Park version of it, right? Jurassic Park Evolution. It's a chill game. There's not a lot going on. I couldn't play first-person shooters because I was so tired. I couldn't play anything to like keep my mind going. I couldn't even play that for 5 minutes. I was sleeping like 10 hours a day. So it was so bad. I couldn't do anything. So it was bad. You guys get the picture. But that's why I'm like, you know what? New month. February. We're going to reset. I know I was going to make a Forza Horizon 6 video, but I was too tired, and I feel like I missed the boat on the hype train on the trailer, in the gameplay trailer, so yeah. Yeah, Victor, basically the medication I was taking too made me super sleepy too, so that didn't help. So that was not fun. I have seen the Octavia. It's pretty amazing. Goat Simulator was too much. Here for the kickflip. You know what? That's a good goal. We're going to do it. I'll do a kickflip as my redemption of January. Oh wait, let me reduce the... Let's do all the colors. There we go. Because that's too greedy when you're doing the other thing. There we go. Redemption flip. That's a good... that is a good one. Is there such thing as a reverse kick flip? I guess that would be fakey? Maybe? We need an actual car guy's POV of FS. No, I'll definitely do a video about Forza Horizon 6 and my opinion on it if you're curious. I'll do it. Because that would be a good way to kind of get me back into the groove of editing and uploading again. So just don't print your... Yeah, no. Please, no. I had to have surgery. I'd been on it for a month. Had a seizure. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, man. I hope you're starting to feel better, too. Oh, yeah. As tradition, I got my Red Bull. Popping up the cold one with the boys. Because let's be honest. There ain't no chicks in here. The pink one's really good. So, first super chat to CFL. Let's go. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate the super chat, dude. That's awesome. Holy crap, Bird. Oh my God. Bird, I swear, I promise we're going to review your car. I promise. We're going to do it. For God's sake, everybody give it up for freaking Bird. Holy crap. That's amazing. That's insane. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't seen a live stream. Well, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for coming by. But dude, thank you, Bird. Seriously, that is insane. That's insane. Boycotted Forza Horizon 5, unsure if it give. I think Horizon 6 is going to be better. I think so. Forza Horizon 5, in hindsight, like I went back to it and really thought about it. Graphically, very pretty. But the map is kind of an open wasteland, right? There's so much to do, but yeah, the story mode was just lame. It just wasn't that great. We could do it someday for the Forerunner. One day. I know. I just got to get back in the groove. Oh my god! Oh my god, dude, these super chats are crazy. Thank you. I literally have nothing to contribute to conversation. Just contribute to the pizza fund. Thanks for checking out the track. Okay. Oh, by the way, everybody, he makes music as well. He's been giving me some feedback, and I listen to his track as well. For a lot of you guys who weren't at the last stream, yeah, I'm doing a side project where I'm making music for fun. So it's been really great. And I've gotten great feedback from Michael as well. Thank you for the super chat, Michael. Save me money because I'm visiting VA to see G&G guys too. Oh, sweet. I still have to let it known that the goat is here. Oh, Bursto is called. Well, dude, yeah, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. And you're going to love them. They're super nice guys. I think they're amazing. Query, would you be interested in 86 Chevy Sprint 48? I would do it because it's the opposite of what I typically do. Right. I'm making mostly dance music, and what I do for fun, and Michael can back me up because he listened to and same with Joey. I've kind of made all kinds of stuff, but everything from lo-fi stuff to kind of like UK dubstep kind of stuff. I'll play some later if people want. I'll set another goal later, but I barely had energy to make some, but I made 3 more tracks this month, so it was pretty cool. Any updates on personal cards? Not really. My EG Honda is not starting anymore, so that stinks. So I got to fix that. And then basically I've said it like 100 times, but I'm going to sell the Integra EG Hatch and Magnum, but I want to do it all at once. So that's why I'm installing. So I want to fix the EG, then sell all of them at once. And then I'm thinking about doing an S550 drift build this year, just to have something that works all the time. Because the cool thing about this 550 is that, one, it's Coyote, they have great support and all that, but the electric rack isn't great, so the main thing I would have to do is swap it to a manual rack, and that's pretty much it. Any updates on Smurf? I don't remember it. No, sadly, it's been sitting. Dude, you know what's bad? When my registration for that car, I gotta re-register it because it's been just sitting there for so long. It starts up, but still has electrical problems. So it works all the... I know, dude. That's my luck, man. Seriously. Do you have a daily driver? I got a truck. For a second, I thought you said Magna and thought do it with Dan. Oh, yeah. I love Dan, though. Any band linear? Not yet. Nothing set in stone. Yeah, let's see here. Have you ever done Tail of the Dragon? I did a very long time ago. So, Cody, I did it with Rob Ferretti in 2015. And then... that was in Smurf, and then my Dodge Charger 6-pack was done on, the review was done on Tail of the Dragon. Can you do a meet and greet in GA? I mean, yeah, probably. I would probably do it at a bigger event. That way everybody's already kind of there. That's the way to do it. Oh, hey, what's up, Stroop? It's good to see you, man. If you guys don't know, Stroop has the awesome EcoBoost Fox Buddy I reviewed, and man, that car is just rad. Datsun or Starion? Ooh. Well, the Datsun would be probably pretty scary on the Dragon, to be honest. So maybe the Starion would be a little bit more fun. It's ThatDudeinBlue@gmail.com for the email. Eating from Rio. Hey, man, thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Where's your Integra? It's just at my house. Oh, super chat. Thank you so much. Big Below. It's been a while. Can we get a fleet update? It's the exact same. It's the exact same. Nothing has changed. Basically, okay, here we go. Truck. Hold on. Truck, two 240s. Smurf. The White Mustang's gone because they got in a wreck last year. And then Integra, EG Hatch, Dodge Magnum. Is that everything? Yes, that's everything. Yo, boy Slick, are you still looking to review Must Be Protege? I have a BP swap. What makes for it? Yes, I would love to. Absolutely would love to. That's definitely one that's gotten away. And by the way, thank you for the super chat. It's very nice of you. So yeah, I definitely would love to do that. Alex, last time you had a live stream, you said you reviewed my 2014 EcoTL. Now I have an intake on it. That's phenomenal. Sometime in March. That does sound good. Let's get through the winter for sure. Dude, I miss that white S550 so much. It was all because of an uninsured freaking Altima. That's how it goes, man. Thank you, Slick. Have you ever thought about bringing back car culture videos? So it's funny you say that, Aaron. Yes. So I would love to get some feedback from you guys. So I intend on returning to Puerto Rico this year because I love that video series I did, and they have a whole bunch of cool stuff going on there to do car culture stuff there. I also might go to Eastern Europe. I have some friends over there in the Balkans, so I thought about doing, the Nico Bellic side of car culture, so we'll see about that. I haven't done UAE yet, but I don't know if anybody really cares because it's just supercar stuff. And then maybe Poland because of Drift Masters and stuff like that. But yeah, I want, and I might do the Mansuri in Japan this year in the fall. So I definitely want to do stuff like that. Review a lot if you go there. Okay. Clockworks Production, thank you for the super chat. Hey David, hope you're doing well. Just got into an accident with BRZ last week. I'm sorry, man. Reminding me that you were looking at picking up a GR6. Are you still picking one up? No, at the moment, I gotta focus on basically selling some of my stuff first before I hop into anything else. Mostly because with my channel, it's so inconsistent with viewership, and this isn't me complaining, this is just a fact of life, is that you have to be very careful with the money, right? So one month I have a great one month I don't have a great one. So I got to make sure I start liquidating stuff before getting into a newer car. No, Smurf's my forever car. I'm going to keep that for sure. Sorry, I'm letting the chat refresh. W super chats for sure. These are all, by the way, these super chats are great. Great questions. I appreciate the help. It's awesome, guys. I really appreciate it because honestly, it helps me with how bad my month was. So, hey, Victor, thank you for the super chat. What new JDM vehicle in the coming years would you consider owning or like to see a revival from manufacturers? And should Nissan do a Nismo Altima? My brain immediately went to the MR2. I'm a huge fan of the SW20 MR2. But that's the one that sticks out and that's actually plausible because the 4-cylinder that Toyota's developing right now, I believe, is going to go in the MR2. But that's what I've heard. Those are some rumors, but that's how I see it. CJ, I did hear about the EPA thing, by the way, yes. But yeah, Victor, to answer your question, I'd say MR2 is what my brain immediately goes to. What 4-cylinder are you talking about? So there's a 4-cylinder that Toyota has been developing. And if you look it up, at one of the Japanese auto shows, they had a mid-engine GR Yaris. So or a rear engine. It was like sitting in the back rather than the front, and it's this 4-banger. And it's insanely powerful. And I believe the next year Corolla is going to have that. Or whatever the next GR car is going to be is going to have that instead of the 3-cylinder. The 3-cylinder, I think, was a cool engineering exercise for Toyota, but I think they're going to go back to a 4. JM just sent you an email with the Pigs and Sprint. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, and I appreciate that. Any advice for a new manual driver? Just got 2012 Mazda 3 with core spell engine. Whoa, holy crap. That is really cool. Okay, so my best advice is basically if you live in like a more suburban environment, try to find neighborhoods that have lots of stop signs, right? Like, you know, you're not interrupting traffic, but you're still getting in the groove of first gear, second gear, third gear, back to second, stop, first gear. And just kind of do that, or go to a big parking lot and just do first gear over and over and over again. And basically, the key to manual, when you teach people, is you tell them don't even touch the gas until you feel the car start to kind of chatter, right? You come all the way to the top like this, and then once the car starts kind of doing that little crawl or chatter, that's when you go. But with your build, it sounds like you might have to give it a little bit more revs. So yeah, just kind of, you know, be easy on it, give it a little bit more revs than you think. And don't panic at stoplights, right? That's the big thing, is when you're at a stoplight. That's when you're usually the most nervous because there's people behind you. And nowadays, there's not many manual cars. So people ride bumpers a lot closer than they used to because they don't think of rolling back. Alex, thank you so much for the email and the super chat. It's very nice of you. Don't panic on hills. Yes, it's a great one. '88 300ZX, do you have any recommendations? What engine? Ooh, I've seen some people do SR20, but SR20 is starting to get really expensive. But I don't know. I've seen SR20, RB26, JZ, and LS. LS was the easiest out of all of them. Do you prefer filming multiple car reviews in one day or just one car? I'm sure it depends on location. I'm curious of whether you like getting a few done at once. I prefer doing multiple in a day because I've gotten a groove out of it and I feel a lot more accomplished, right? I will say, though, if there's one thing I like taking my time with more, it's the glamour shots. But the longest part of reviewing a car is finding a place to accelerate. That's the longest part of the whole process, is safely doing that, not disturbing anybody, right? Jose, thank you so much. I bet you haven't heard of the 03 Toyota Corolla XRS. Is it similar to the Corolla? Was it the Corolla S? Is it something like that? But Jose, thank you for the super chat, though. Love and miss you. Hang out soon. Yes. Oh my God, James, thank you. That's my buddy, everybody, and he just spoiled me rotten. So thank you. Thank you for that super chat. Yeah. Well, then, tell you what, James, that dinner's on me next time we hang out. Then, but the answer is yes. Come next week, dude. Let's just do that. Yes, and by the way, everybody, that's the owner of Jasmine the Evo, or was the owner of Jasmine the Evo. Sorry. Okay, dumb question, because I honestly don't know. Does YouTube take a percentage of the super chats? Yes, they do, especially on your phone. So if you're watching this on your phone, there's also an Apple fee too. So yeah, it's better to do it on desktop if you're supporting a creator, for sure. The Pizza Fund, yes, the Pizza Fund, pretty good. Have you ever reviewed a Saab? Yes, I did a Saab 92X, and then I had a friend back in the day who had another one, but I never filmed it. They're hard to find when it comes to reliability, for sure. Oh yeah, Michael, you're down the road from James in Augusta. Hey, Carnivores is in the house. Yeah, the 97X Aero is the one that somebody I knew had. Yes, that was the 92X was the Subaru. Yes. Your boy Slick coming back in with a super chat. Send you a DM on Insta photos of the car. Thank you. I bet you're super busy. Yes, I am, and it's nothing. By the way, anybody who emails me, do not ever take it personally. I'm a silly man and try to do everything by myself, which don't advise, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. So, gotta do it. But thank you for keeping it top of mind for me. It does not bother me for people to keep things top of mind for me because I need it. ADHD brain, right? But thank you, Slick. I appreciate that. Do you ever come to NC for reviews anymore Mazda 3? I actually do. Typically the Charlotte area, but I was actually born in Raleigh, in Rex Hospital. And I was brought home as a baby to Cary, North Carolina. And then when I was almost 3, we moved to Virginia. I should probably know this. If you try getting into sim racing, just buy a Segram. I actually, I don't own a sim personally, but I actually, I'm actually doing a side gig. This is going to sound so weird out loud. I know, still to this day. I do a side gig for T-Pain and Nappy Boy Automotive where I teach the podcast guests how to drive on his sim, and then I'm the Stig, and they have to beat me on the sim in 3 laps. And it's really fun. They use it as an ad break for T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio podcast. So that's the most of the time when I'm on a sim, it's on that. Jose, so it's probably, it's the 2ZZ, right? That's a great engine. Excuse me, great engine. Thoughts on FS6 being in Japan? Finally. They should have done it a long time ago, but they have a lot of pressure for sure. 2JZ E39 is probably more reliable. Do you get tired of people requesting car reviews? No, because I see that as people being completely hospitable and people wanting to support me, because that's what videos is what puts food on my table. So I don't get tired of it because I have a very blessed position in life to where people approach me, right? And that's not something to be upset about. The GRGT does look a little weird, but I like it. I know it's kind of a weird oxymoron to say that, but I think it looks cool. Michael, no, I haven't. But I'll show nice. I also really haven't taken the time, right? I've been more focused on getting better, but in the fall, I was more focused on just grinding out videos, right? So it's one of those things. How often on the West Coast for events? Typically, I'm usually in SoCal like 3 times a year, roughly. I should be going out there within a month or 2. I don't put this as fact. I might film with Gunther Works, so that's really exciting. I hope it goes through. We'll see what happens. Is there any car that you like to review but no viewership wouldn't work? A lot. Mostly old stuff. Old stuff always does bad. And honestly, BMWs too. European cars have always struggled on my channel. Like, oh, I mean, if you look at the 3 videos I uploaded this month that did really well, and then I uploaded the BMW video, it did terrible, right? But it's also an expensive modern car, so I get that too. So, you know, that's why you just can't get too upset, right? You got to move on and push forward. Jay Nostalgia, thank you so much. 1 second. Loved your video on the doc community. I would love to see more creators focus on the dub era of, instead of supercars. Because, yeah, no, I find that stuff way more interesting, Jay. I definitely want to do a video on the slab culture in Houston, like with a similar vibe. So definitely would love to. Let's see. Got an RX-7, RX-8, lots of RX-7s, lots of RX-8 videos. SRT4 Caliber. I saw one of those yesterday. I still never have done one of those. I rode in one. in like 2014, like a really long time ago, and filmed it, but that's the only time. Father Firefire's in the house with the Mystic Cobra. If you guys don't know, I did SN95 Cobra. He had it. It was great. Super nice guy. Drove all the way from Mississippi. All right, let's see here. Victor, that's the issue. Like, since I'm only one guy, if I ever try doing like separate channels, I like lose focus on one or the other, because I'm just trying to overwhelm myself. So I don't know if it would do any better, honestly. Talking about Forza Horizon 6 yet? Not with the new gameplay preview. I did about a month ago, like as my first impression, but I still gotta do video on one. A bazooka, yeah, that'd be sweet. What was interesting? I really want to do Thailand car culture. That was another one I really wanted to do. And I know that's not related to the Japanese one. What I'm saying is with Thailand, some of the locals I talked to about doing it, they don't care about car reviews at all. So I wouldn't be able to do car reviews out there, but I would be able to do like, car culture stuff. So it'd be cool. What are your thoughts on the new Drift HQ car review videos? I feel like it's similar to the old Hangout Build Party. I actually haven't watched them yet, to be honest. But it's if it's like that, I see it's good content for them to put out. Thailand has the rotary boats too, the river boats and stuff, which is cool. Thoughts on the industry going to hybrid instead of EV? Very much, I saw that coming from a mile away. The EV stuff is not sustainable. It's just not. You could have at least on the level they wanted to go. So I'm not surprised. We'll be back in Detroit this summer for Woodward. Maybe. I love going to Woodward. And then I always go, what's that Irish restaurant? What is it? It's like a classic Woodward restaurant I always eat at. That's like my tradition there. Let's see. Got Ableton opened right now. Oh, boy. Jose, thank you for the super chat. What starter car do you think FS6 will use when you start the campaign? And would you think that game will be more Toge and drift focused? I'd say so. I'd say so for sure. My guess is hot hatches. That's always like the safe thing. I won't be surprised if they use like EK Civics or EG Civics or GTIs, stuff of that nature, or AE86 maybe. Iconic Japanese, probably 90s cars. Civic SIEM1. I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of stuff. Open to driving Mokar. Oh, always, man. That sounds fun. What's the oddest vehicle you've driven? Probably like the 1200 horsepower rat rod I did. That's definitely up there. That thing was scary, but it was so fast. GR Yaris. There you go. That's where my brain was trying to go. They're all K cars, yes. The neon, not an SRT4, just a neon. I'm not surprised, Sage. Subaru's in a weird spot right now. They make some odd decisions, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Let's see here. Yeah, I might do some merch later this year, because here's the thing with my merch line. Online, look, most YouTubers will not admit this. My merch line online has never been successful. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. One time it was. And it was the tuner crate back in the day. But that was one time. The key tags did pretty good. But that's, that was a fad, pretty much. But in person at events, it sells much better. So that's why I've stuck to doing that. Firefighter, thank you so much for the super chat. Any chance, excuse me, you're coming to the Ford Takeover in Jackson, Tennessee this year, this September, having Mystic 30th anniversary. Dude, that sounds sweet. Yeah, shoot me, I can't remember if you have my phone number or not. shoot over a text if you do, or an email, and then I'll put it in my calendar just in case. Oh, I made the time limit way too short. I'm sorry, guys. I'll extend it if it does that. Aztec and FS6 I don't buy. Planning to attend any motorsports events this year? Yes, kind of like what I talked about earlier about traveling. If I go to these other countries and stuff, I'm going to try to go to their own motorsport events to kind of see different things. I think that's where, and I don't mean this in like a narcissistic way. I mean it as in like, I think that's what I'm really strong at, right? Is showing car culture and showing people's point of view and what they specialize in. I think that's what I'm best at. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Probably not. I mean, when it comes to B50, S50, I just don't have the budget for it, dude. People dump. I met somebody the other day where their G80 platform had 150 grand in it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so it's just cheaper to go Coyote if I want to go fast. And it's the platform I know the most. Do you still wish the Mustang had twin turbo V6 option? Ooh, that's actually a great question. Now that I think the development of the 4-banger has gotten so much better now that I don't think it's necessary anymore. The EcoBoost 4-banger now it's really good. It's really good. What do you think is the most burnt out starter car? Oh, DSMs. You cannot find DSMs that are untouched anymore. Like, Eclipses, Talons, stuff like that. They're all beat the hell up. What do you think of owning a fun manual trans if you live in the city? I think there's something fun about driving a manual in the city. I think it kind of keeps you on your toes more and all that. But I can see if you're sitting in highway traffic, it's annoying, right? But that's why the perfect place to own a manual is if you live just outside of a city, right? Because then you could go downtown when you want, and then you go to the mountains or a rural area for fun. Victor, thank you for the super chat. Should Forza open their game to motorsport? Yes. Yes, they should. In my opinion. Or, you know what I think? I think they should close it off at least for like the first 6 months to a year to like get everybody caught up on playing it. And then after that, give it that. Because, dude, modding games gives everything a completely new life, right? I mean, look at GTA 5. I mean, the mods for that are just absolutely insane. Have you thought about doing a Patreon? Yeah, I have, but I'll be honest with you. Oh god, the goal was made. Let me finish this question. Thank you, SVT Junkie. I promise I'll do the kickflip in a second, or I'll try to do the kickflip. But I'll be honest with you. It's fault of no one else but me. When it comes to like Patreon or keeping up with stuff like that, because I have one, but I never keep up with it because I suck. So. Yeah, I think if I ever reintroduce my Patreon, I'm going to have no promises. I'm just going to be like, hey, if you like my stuff, you like my stuff. I don't have any special perks or anything because I just can't keep up with it. Let's see here. Yeah, I might go back to IA. But okay, let me try and do this kickflip. Oh, wait, where's my board? I don't have my board ready. Be right back. 1 sec. You got to go in here. All right, I'm back. We here, baby. All right, we doing this or what? Hopefully I don't ruin my wall. dude, the carpet is so bad for this, dude. I hate it. Oh my god. Almost first try. Oh, no! I'm still fatigued from being sick. It's all in the pot, baby. Ah! I'm gonna have to take my freaking hoodie off, dude. God dang it, it's my back foot. It's my back foot. God dang, the carpet is killing me. Oh my god, dude. It's so much easier doing it while rolling too. Got it. Woo! Got it, baby! I'm gonna take my hoodie off now. Okay. We're back. That counts. All right. We back, baby. We're back. Oh, man. AI assisted? How dare you? Lost my parlay. Yeah, Michael, I was actually worried about that. Okay. Would you guys, okay, real talk. So a few of my friends, they talked about, if you don't know, this is my office space, right? This is my office space. I'm not at home. And then I have a little warehouse space, right? And I actually have a mini ramp in there. And what I was thinking about doing for the next live stream was doing it during a skate session with my friends. So you guys could ask me questions while I'm trying to land stuff on the mini ramp. And so I think that would be the way to do it. And it would keep you guys kind of entertained, and I'm not just sitting here the whole time, but just a thought. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you for the super chat, Joey. Go get Clip More Pizza Fund. Also, because Thailand car culture, they seem very focused on stance. It seems that, yeah, dude, they're super focused on that. They're super focused on that. Sounds dangerous. Yeah, skateboarding, baby. 3000G's running again. Congratulations. I had to swap a couple of cam sensors, of course. But Mitsubishi one, it worked. That's amazing. Congratulations. I know that can be very frustrating. Oh, what's up, Carlos? Dude, Carlos is an OG. OG. He's been around since basically the beginning. The guy's my hero. Best pizza place in Atlanta. If you want, like, the more classic feeling Italian pizza, like across the pond, probably Antico's. But there's other, like, more, like other pizza places, too, that are very good. I haven't heard too many updates about Kyle, but he is okay. Which is good. Jasmine still does work. It's with a different owner, but yes. Let's see. The new goal. I'll show what music I made this month and embarrass myself. Cool. Michael's like, yay! Ryan, I actually don't know. I don't think so, though. We'll see. Nova or 240? I have more experience with 240, so I'm going to go with 240. Twin charged cars. How do they feel compared? So the only twin charged car I've reviewed was the GTP. It was very, very odd. It was more so hearing the blower than feeling the blower, right? Because you hear the turbo and the blow-off valve, but then you hear supercharger whine at the exact same time. So, yeah. So it was definitely out there. Metal, thank you for the super chat. Do you ever go to VIR, IMSA, or GTWC, Trans Am series? So VIR, yes. So that used to be my home track, right? So when I was in Richmond, it was like 3 hours away for being a home track. But VIR is awesome. It's where I reviewed the Cadillac Blackwings, the GT4, sorry, the CT4V, and the CT5V was at VIR. And I've been there for a few other things, but yeah, VIR is wonderful. Also, you make music, yeah, I've been doing it on the side for fun. And Michael can vouch for me, and same with Joey. They've been very supportive. Helping with the, oh my God, Carlos, thank you. That's a big super chat. Thank you, Carlos. But no, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for always supporting me. Okay, let's see. 2.54670s Firebird and drift builds because we have a spare. Yeah, man, those, and they're cheaper motors, right? So, who's your favorite auto YouTube channel to watch? I would say, honestly, I don't watch too much automotive YouTube, but probably Kyle and 1320 because it's like ambient, right? And I love those guys. Every time I hang out with them, they're super great. T-Dum album when? Maybe this year? Maybe. Honestly, maybe with the help of Michael and Joey, they can show me how to distribute, because that's going to be a whole thing. The other thing too is some of the things I've made were remixes, so they probably can only go on SoundCloud. So I think that's how it works. You make music? Yeah, yes. But I started teaching myself last July. That's when I started. And then by, I would say, on and off in November, that's when I got a little bit more competent, but it's still stressful. Not stressful. I still really enjoy it, but you make a lot of crap. You make so much junk to get like one song out of 100. Yeah, Icebreaker, it's dance music. Everything from like lo-fi Odessa style stuff to like the dubstep stuff is more like UK style stuff. Like kind of dark and moody and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hear that music. I'm gonna end up playing the freaking entire EP, dude. You can credit the original owner. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Famously said, I'm really bad at making music. I just make enough of it that a few seconds are... Dude, that's how I feel, dude. Like, there's this one, Michael, yesterday I worked on for 7 hours. And then when I finally played it, I played it through some speaker, and it sounded so bad. And I was so disappointed. But I was like, it's just part of the process. It's just, it is what it is. Blue Shift EP win. It's funny. I have like a few lo-fi stuff, as you know, and I have a few dubstep stuff and a few techno stuff. So the good thing is when you don't take it seriously, you just make everything. Right? You just don't worry about having a sound. You're just like, I feel like making this today. Dude, no. Explore. Facts. Facts. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steph. Oh, hi! That is a long-term long-term friend from the Virginia Beach car scene days. Thank you, Steph. that emoji looks like the principal from The Incredibles. That's what I think. Davi. Your tagline, I hope your month hasn't been as bad about going through it. Dude, yeah, it's been rough. I'm getting through it, but I hope that you get through it even better than me, man. Victor, thank you. Should U.S. auto manufacturers make right-hand drive vehicles since there isn't a law against doing so? At least I don't. Well, so they do make them for the UK, but I don't really think there's not really a point to have them here because right-hand drive originated due to what side of the road people drove on and the bias of that. That's why in Japan, the line is here and then over here. So there's not really any point to invest in that unless it's for the designated country. Dude, seat time, brothers, the worst thing ever is that if I have a slow day and I get everything I need to get done for work, and the next thing you know, it's 8 p.m., I'm like, you know what, I'll just make a beat really quick. Next thing you know, it's 3 a.m., and you're like, oh my god. Vision Auto, gotta work on music and doses. Your ears get used to whatever mixing mistakes are going on. So help to have monitor speakers, your headphones, don't stress your dude. This ear yesterday, I got the notorious ring, right? Because I was listening to stuff too loud. So that was not good. And thank you for the super chat, Joey. Tweeter Slingers. I got my hands on a discontinued and complete RTR Series 1 kit. Plan on installing 19 GT any church filming content. Ooh. Yeah, finish up the kit. And just take a bunch of photos so we can tell your story about building it. That would be cool. Dude, you know what the crazy thing, Michael and Joey, is that sometimes the best mixes have come out of just my Apple laptop speakers. Like, that's when it sounds the best half the time. And then I put it on a nice speaker over here, and I'm like, yeah, it needs some work. Bert, we talked about Forza earlier, but no, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be pretty great. Elsie, Michael, Elsie. If you don't know Mike, go subscribe to his channel because he's a wonderful guy. Oh, did you end up selling the Renault? Well, Elsie, maybe we can do it at Mid-Pond. Maybe we can convince Mr. Ken to do it at Mid-Pond. That'd be cool. I know. I love that story about the cinema remix and the blown out speaker. You're running a masterclass out of David's life. I've been to sister every single place is caked frozen snow. I said, okay, can you believe that? Dude, it's been wild. Yesterday it snowed like crazy here for my area, but then it cleared up mostly today, which is nice. Yeah, we got to do the video on the Renault still. Still got to do it. I could probably do that pretty soon. Like, really soon. Yeah. Now that I'm starting to get healthier again, my God. It is such a relief, guys. I was just in the trenches. Deadline. Thank you for the super chat. Last media stream we talked about a producer chat. It's ready. Just let me know when you want to do a session. Syncs is my main account, by the way, not this. Okay, great. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna Deadline, I'm gonna screenshot your name. That way I keep that. Perfect. Okay, 87 watchers. I hope this ain't your actual job. Well, yeah, because live streaming is not. It's made videos, and those are my main job. Yes. This is for the boys and me. Live streaming for me is fun and a good time. Come on over, ready for it. You know what, Mike? Let me check my schedule. Oh, look at that, guys. My Instagram story never uploaded. Sick. So I'm going to let that upload real quick, and then I'll check my schedule. Switch accounts. Hey, still, I have it now. We're good. We're good. Yeah, that'd be great, Tweeter. That always helps me a lot. Have you considered live stream while gaming with your group? What I've thought about doing is eventually building a sim rig, and then I could do this while like drifting with people. So I could like stop in the pit area, answer some questions, go back out, take a lap, do that kind of stuff. So I think that would be it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, Michael, I'll text you either tonight or tomorrow. We'll figure something out. A 12-hour stream, yay! I have not done snow drifting in a Genesis coupe, but I have done lots of snow and ice drifting in 350Zs with studded tires, and it's incredible. Joey has seen it. It's been great. If there's something to take note next time you're in Austin, I have S50. Oh my God. Brother. Count me in. Let's do like springtime. Let's do like March. March or April. Definitely. Any sim game recommendation just got mad. Assetto, I think, is the best overall for drifting. I think for drifting, it's Assetto. When it comes to road racing, I've done iRacing and Assetto, so that's how they're both really great. That would ever happen. I would do it. I would definitely do it. Sure, I think this 15 is getting confident. Sweet. Works for me. Tiny town in Ohio that only uses a single first shot. I'm not surprised. That does not surprise me whatsoever. Dream 3-car garage. Ooh. For a truck, like an F-250 diesel, platinum, and like for towing and stuff. And then for a sports car, my brain went to it for some reason. I mean, there's so many amazing options when you don't have a budget, but like the T50 Gordon Murray, the single seater, that's like a lot like the McLaren F1. That's been on my mind lately for some reason. And then daily, like a Barra Ford Falcon, maybe. You know, maybe something like that. What's your opinion on the new GT350 TA versus GT500 versus RTR Spec 5? I would take the Spec 5, the RTR Spec 5. That's what I would take out of those three. Jesse, yes. I apologize, but I'm definitely still down. Are you going to turbo the Integra, by the way? What about... Probably not. No, I'm going to leave it reliable and eventually sell it this year. X, it was spent mostly extremely ill. I broke down the whole story at the beginning of the stream, but I was extremely sick, which then in turn I couldn't work, couldn't film, couldn't edit, couldn't release things. It was a whole thing. But starting February off strong, hanging out with the boys on the stream, you know. What's the dumbest thing you've ever witnessed while driving? Like the most bonehead move? Everyone here has seen it. The left lane with like a 6-lane highway and the exits all the way over here and they cut all the way across with no blinker. That's the craziest thing I always see. Thank you, X-Racer. I appreciate that. Sorry to spark notes it quickly, but yeah, I appreciate it, man. I mean, just only fix the trans. Just here. Boom. There you go. Yeah. I hate when people pass on double yellows too. That drives me up a wall. I personally think what makes somebody a really bad driver is they hesitate. So like if they're about to pull out into the street and then they stop and then they can't decide and then at the last second they gun it because they panic when that car's coming closer to them. It's like, just wait or go. That's what causes accidents, man. Are you looking forward to this season's F1? Yes, I am. I know a lot of people on my channel don't really care about Formula One, but I'm very, very, very excited about this year and the regulations. I think it's going to be great. I'd probably sell the Teggy for like 15 grand. It's probably what I would sell it for. It's still better than not deciding. Yeah, that's right. Bob Ross or something like that. Yes, such a great painter. No, I am the worst artist in the world physically. I can do things with the computer, but I cannot do it physically. There's actually, speaking of, there is a really incredible painter on Instagram I met recently at the BMW factory. Let me pull up their gram so I can recommend them to y'all. They're really, like, really talented. Actually, there's multiple. I'll recommend two. And then and both are great, incredible artists. Skyline Life been life and dog. I just got over being sick twice in the same month, and that was not fun, but finally getting some energy back. Can you do a video on how to get into F1 or somewhere? I want to watch. I have no idea what's going on. I keep losing it. That's completely understandable. It's kind of like when I try to explain Formula Drift to people. Formula Drift is way harder to explain than any other motorsport. People just kind of don't get it. David, I sell my car tomorrow. Let me come by the hatch. I have homies in Augusta that work a ton with EV Tech and hold an event with them every year. I mean, the hatch doesn't start. It doesn't start. So you could have it, but it doesn't start. David, you're not just having more than I am dealing with my mother dying of ovarian cancer. She's been fighting for 9 years and beginning to lose it, unfortunately. Dude, I'm sorry. Don't super chat me, brother. Keep that money, or don't do any more super chats. Keep that. Get through it. It sucks. I lost several family members the past 2 years. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. I understand it. I had one uncle pass away running on the treadmill. I had another relative pass away from a freak accident. I understand it. It's not fun. And it's very stressful. Skyline, I had norovirus back in the day when it was like really like in high school for me. It's probably like a long time ago now. But dude, it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Is Galactic Drift? It's called Cosmic Drift, but close enough. That still sounds cool. So this year, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet because our track closed. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Do any racing this year or track days? I'm going to try to do some stuff. I might do, you know what? You might be able to help me out with a project later this year, Mike, because I'm the worst tech in the world, so let me know if you're interested. Crash course video, Formula 1, Formula Drift would be great. Could be series. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, earlier when somebody was asking about Formula 1, for example, long story short, the regulations are important to know about, but it's not that complicated. So F1, in a nutshell, you have 20 teams, I think, with 2 drivers, and that's pretty much it. Whoever crosses the line wins. There's 2 championships. There's a Constructors' Championship, which is, in other words, the team championship, and then there's the driver championship, which is individual championship. So you could have Red Bull win the Constructors, but then McLaren win the drivers, or vice versa, right? But that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way to figure it out. I believe it's the color azul. Blue. Oh, one sec. Live stream. Oh my god, Skylar. Holy smokes. Here you go. Fix the... Thank you, Skylar. Dude, that's amazing of you. Thank you. Nah, JK, I love you, buddy. To see your face around again. Thanks, man. Dude, that's amazing of you. Okay. I just had to text her an emergency real quick. Or, not an emergency. Let them know everything's okay. But dude, thank you for that. Oh my goodness. That's freaking GOAT status. What is the best shade of blue to you? It's gotta be the Grabber, man. The light, this one. This one right here. It's my favorite. Halfway to the goal to embarrass myself once again. And then Michael, we're gonna lose half the viewership. You'll be like, I want to hear this. But you know what? It's been an amazing stream so far. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me on this Sunday. What about Voodoo Blue on the Yodas? That was pretty good too. Laguna Seca on the E46. Very nice color. I watched you so much as a kid, piece of fell off and back again. Hey, thank you for coming back, man. I always appreciate it. No, the most common thing I hear when I meet people is that they watched me as a kid. It's like the most common thing. That's like, oh my god, I feel so old. But you have to think those people supported me to let me have a career, right? So it's always good to hear. Yeah, Petty Blue and Grabber look pretty close. Grabber's a little darker, I'd say. Deep Impact, I almost looked at Deep Impact Blue back in the day, too. Blue Dude and the Yoda sound like a sick band name. Teal over blue. Teal's pretty solid. You do autographs in person, but I haven't done anything that's like, you know, ship off or whatever. If I made Cosmic Drift posters and sold them, is that something people would be interested in? Maybe I'd do that. That sounds kind of cool. First got Smurf things. The Roush Axleback exhaust video. Oh, y'all want to hear a story about that? You want to hear a story about that? So that day, I filmed the Roush Axleback video in 2012. It was my first time putting on an Axleback, right? And basically, it had these exhaust tips that had clamps on them. Well, the clamp on one, I had it overhanging too much. And when I went on the first drive, it fell off the car. And I was like, I'm such an idiot. And I went and picked it up. Absolutely toast, dude. That tip was destroyed. And so came back, made it as clean as I could, and then put it back on, and ended up ordering a replacement. But yeah. So one of those exhaust tips of the video is like completely destroyed. Just got deleted in our Rage round. Oh snap, I forgot to ask, did you expect the core news? Yes and no. Full transparency, Greg told me in the fall that it was probably going to happen. But I get it. You know, I sadly, I understand. It's hard, man. It's hard. Selling aftermarket parts is a very hard business. Ontario, Canada. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate that. That's actually one area I still have not filmed in, believe it or not, is Ontario, Canada. I have been in Quebec, and I've been in British Columbia and Alberta. But I haven't been on... Well, I've landed in YYZ, the airport of Toronto, but that's it. Yeah, it definitely was a cultural highlight of car culture in Atlanta, for sure. It's been tough, man. How would you fix the car show scene to get it back to how I remember it in late 2000s, early 2010s? Here, the problem with it is that back in the day, I'm not even kidding. This sounds like very pragmatic and dramatic, but our brains were just wired differently. Like, seeing a crazy build was rare. So you could go to a car show, walk the car show with nothing else to do and be entertained. Now when you go to a car show, you're like, oh, I've already seen the 1,000 horsepower Evos. I've already seen Supras. I've already seen whatever online or on Instagram or whatever. And so people go, and they move on. And then they get bored and they leave. So, like, the days of just going to a car show and staying there all day, it's hard to do without entertaining people with other activities, right? So, it's just a different time, and the crowds are just different now. Favorite S650 production color? They do have grabber blue. My friend CJ just got one in grabber blue. What your alternate universe counter? That fellow in yellow, that guy, I agree, that ladder. You know, it's funny, everyone says that fellow in yellow. Aw, oh, dude, Tom, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I got stuck at home, not for that, but I got stuck at home for almost a month and a half for being sick, so I just couldn't do anything. I was going stir crazy, man. You going to Riverside? I would like to go. I still haven't been. Totally admit it. Yeah, the internet did change everything, but, you know, I can't really say much because it's my career too, right? I contributed, but I just yeah, it's just a different time, man. Like, when I remember when I told people, like, in 2014, 2015, if I met people in person, they'd see my rig, right? They'd see my slider dolly and my tripod and my camera. Be like, dude, that's so cool that you do car videos. I could never do that. And now it's actually just so much more accessible, right? So tons of people film with their phone now. The majority of the biggest automotive YouTube channels all film with iPhone now. I'm just, you know, I just enjoy doing it the old school way. Oh, thank you, Tom. I appreciate that, dude. That's awesome. 10-year-long fan here. Thank you. What's your favorite brand of tools? Ooh, I think for a budget, Husky's pretty good. But, I mean, I'm not picky. I have friends who work for Snap-on. I have friends who work for DeWalt and Craftsman. I'm not that picky. It's just whatever works, honestly. But, Victor, thank you for the super chat. Have you heard how aggressive GM has been against dealership markups and voiding warranties for folks scalping use the VINs? Whoa. Love to see the entire auto industry follow. Can we pressure them to... I think eventually there's going to be a breaking point where people just don't buy cars with markups anymore. You have to By the way, Michael, Husky toolboxes specifically. I like I have one. I like it. But eventually, when people ask me like, what's essentially a good new car to go buy, and most of the time I go, don't buy new. And people go, huh? I go, don't buy new, because you're gonna get screwed, right? Because there's no reason to. You can get something with 30,000 miles for $10,000 less, right? And it's still pretty new. And most of the time when something new comes out, they have a $20,000 effing markup on it for no reason. So I hope that the market settles it that way of going, we're not dealing with this anymore. I really hope that's just how it goes. First car I ever started working on, an 02 Mustang GT. I did a sick cold air intake from Pep Boys on it. Dude, so sick. K&N. Would you ever see the Dodge Magnum again? I haven't seen Star Wars. Honestly, probably not. I gave it one last chance. I did one last video with it, and the response was just not there for the money. So I'm probably going to sell it this year. Did you consider getting God Have a Dream? No, but I did have a really good friend at the time who had one, and it was really, it's such a great color. If you could own a replica car from any TV movie series, what would it be? Ooh. Sorry, I'm beep-boop-bopping in my brain right now. The Death Race Mustang? That'd be kind of cool. Buy a car stock and keep it stock challenge. I love that idea. Victor, that's a cool idea. That is a cool idea. Honda RX-7's cool. Ambulance of Cannonball Run. You could replicate that pretty easily. I am a sucker for a good DeLorean time machine, though. I know. Oh, the Tim Burton Batmobile I would rock, even though it would be a nightmare to park. I'll just put cameras on every corner. The Oscar Mayer winner. Could you imagine calling your insurance company after an accident and that and saying, hey, I crashed my wiener, you need to pay for it? I actually just saw it at the Ford Museum in Detroit, believe it or not. Dude, that Shelby Cobra was so bananas. Like, I couldn't get it on video how crazy that thing was. It was so insane. I loved that car. It was so dangerous, though. Letty's Nissan Silvia. Sorry, just go Protein, that's good. From Downforce Motorsports, yes, that one. That was the one. Speaking of, I need to hit them up because they have some cool stuff. Yeah, no, I drove their GT40. Sadly, that video did really bad. I loved driving the GT40. That was a dream come true for me. That was for me. But they do have an EcoBoost swapped one, and I would like to drive that too. '97 Probe GTS or '96 Contour. Ooh, Contour. I like the Contour. I did my driver's test in a Contour. Hey, 3K, still interested in reviewing my car? You see 3 Yes, I would absolutely love to, and I appreciate you always keeping it top of mind for me, so I apologize. But yeah, I definitely would love to. Wait, they have EcoBoost GT40s. Stroop, so they had one that was like the 3.5 swapped into one as a demo car. It was sick. It was at the event that day I reviewed your car. I have not been to that Grid Life, no, but I would definitely be down. Yeah, I really respect the Downforce guys. Their fit and finish was incredible, like on some of those builds, and they have a really good selection. Hey, congrats on the PP2, man. Or PP1, excuse me. Congrats on that. That's a big step. If you were to go back in time to any car scene you missed using a DeLorean, what time and place? I would go to 1999 LA street racing. I'd probably do that. And I would also go back to 2015 because that's 2015, I think, is the most fun in the car scene I ever had, to be honest. It was just an incredible year. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Zach. That's Zach with the Lincoln Town Car Reviewed, and he's always a goat for helping me out with those reviews because they always do pretty well. Yes, Ben and Ben have raced in a lot of Grid Lives. What's your focus on now, project-wise? Just focusing on planning documentaries of car culture in different places. So not project cars at the moment, but maybe in a month or so. One of my favorite reasons LS swapped hardtop S2 was as fast as it seemed. It was quick, but it had the factory brakes on it. That's my main memory of it. And since it was stanced out, it never hooked. So I was fighting for my life in that video. It was crazy. I've not driven a cross kart, no. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to respond to this text. Cool. Okay. Sorry, guys. I am back. Oh, I'd be down, Victor, for sure. EP3 Type R available now in the States. That is right. Oh my god, time flies, man. Yeah, we did not get the good EP3, sadly. We got the okay one. Europe definitely got the better one. Mazda Speed 6/3 compared to Evo STI. Out of all three, I would own the Evo. I feel like it drives the best, but that's just me. But they're not that reliable, so neither is STI. So SE400, great car. Those things are bulletproof, dude. 1UZ V8, great car. Do you have a crucial interview question? What are your thoughts on Stuffer's first design? Surprisingly good. I have had it when I have been in an emergency. Have you ever driven a construction vehicle? No, but I have driven a tank. Surprisingly, one of the worst performing videos ever was me running over cars in a tank. I was so sad, but I had a great day. Got to drive a tank, so it was sweet. Yep. It was in 2020 when I did it. I think YouTube suppressed it because it was dangerous activities, personally. No, it was I drove a British Centurion, I believe it was, and a T72. It was not with Josh, no. It was before that. Probably the tank. Yes, a British and a Soviet tank, and I drove an APC as well that day through a periscope. Yep, Cold War. It was sweet. But yeah, it was. I remember how disappointed I was when that video did bad because I had the time of my life. Got to shoot an MG42 that day too. Preferred bottled water. Smart water. I have this as my hydration emergency tonight. Favorite subject in school? History, baby. My guilty pleasure. Liquid Death is good too. But, dude, I hate how much, like, it's almost bad that I love history so much that when people don't know basic history trivia, it drives me insane. It drives me insane, dude. Still driving electric? Yes, still fighting. Yes, I am, sadly. Favorite Honda? NSX. First gen. It's my favorite one. Favorite music, dance music. I've not driven the Alpine, but I'd love to. It looks super fun. Yeah, ye old Switch. Basically, I'm going to tell you a quick story. So, I had a July 4th party, right? And before I lit the first firework, I looked at the crowd in front of me and I said, I will not light this firework until somebody tells me why we celebrate July 4th. Nobody knew. Nobody there knew what year, why, anything. So I was so flabbergasted. So yeah, it blew my mind. Nick does a great job. Electrician does a great job. Text you. Can I text you? Just shoot me an email again. We'll do it. It'll be good. Have you ever reviewed a car and thought to yourself, I'm going to buy this car? Only a few times. Basically, back in the day in 2014, there's a KAT S14 240 I drove. 330 horsepower, 330 wheel. And he had it for sale. It was the only time I got out of the car and almost bought a car I reviewed. Favorite SpongeBob episode? Oh, one of my favorites is Dying for Pie. It makes me laugh every single time. You had to kill him. He give you a sweater of tears, and you kill him. I do, yeah, I'm probably a bulldozer, dude. With the new cars from Ford, Chevy, and Dodge hitting 50, 70 grand like a Mustang, do you think artificial battle pot prices are down? I think we're kind of stuck at high costs, at least for now, sadly. Idiot Box is great, too. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Dying for Pie never gets old. Dude, I've used the ending of that episode with the bomb going off so many times in editing. Thoughts on the 335i? Great car, good engine, terrible electronics. What games do you play besides racing games? I play... Right now, I'm on the Battlefield 6 kick. That's mostly what I play. But no, I don't play Fortnite. But I know this sounds funny, but I also play GeoGuessr. So that's another. If I need to play something relaxing, I play GeoGuessr. That's been like my other thing lately. Comparison between 350Z and new Nissan Z. I would personally own the 350Z over it. I know that sounds crazy, but I would. Just live stream GeoGuessr. By the way, my friends have a Discord server for me where anytime they play GeoGuessr, they do car spotting and they screenshot cool cars they've seen from around the world. VQ on top, mostly just for the chassis. It's just more fun to drift and everything else. Car spotting GeoGuessr. Yeah, I would make it a video probably. Yeah, that'd be fun to just explore GeoGuessr and try to find cool cars. It gives us kind of something to do to look around. I will be buying Forza Horizon 6, yes. Have you ever driven a train? No, I have not. Best swap for Z32, I've driven RB26, JZ, and LS. LS was obviously the simplest. RB was the least reliable, and JZ was somewhere in the middle. How did you get in this business? I went to school for Hollywood, so I went to film school, worked a few film sets, hated it, but I was hanging out with car people at the time. And then I got obsessive with watching car videos like Top Gear and shows like that. Then I watched Super Speeders Rob, Matt Farah, Smoking Tire, all those guys. Combined all those together, realized that Top Gear never reviewed modified cars. And I was like, well, maybe I could do an indie version of what Top Gear does, but with modified cars myself. But I had a special effects channel instead with like lightsaber fights and stuff that never took off. So then I was like, I'm just going to try and make a car video for fun. Did that. And of course, the car video was what did way better than anything else I made. Leaned into it, finished college, moved back home with my parents, and grinded this until it worked. And then I moved out when I could finally go full time, basically. Boom. Wow, that was probably the fastest I've ever told that story. They did occasionally review modded cars, but there's a famous line Jeremy Clarkson said. He said literally on the couch, he said essentially something along the lines of, we don't review modified cars because they go boom. And I was like, I'll deal with that. Super Speeders DVDs, yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, no, I go to Detroit like probably twice a year. One time in the winter and then one time in the summer, typically in August. Preferred editing software? I use Adobe Premiere, still to this day. It's what I've used forever. See you, Carlos. We're having a Red Eye Magnum. It's sitting in Iowa still. I made one more video with it. It didn't get a good response, so I'm going to sell it this year. Coyote swap Nissan Cube or Nissan Cube swap Mustang? You know the answer to that. It's kind of like back in the day, there was a 2JZ swap Scion XB. And I'm like, shoot, I should have bought that. That would have been sick. We never see you here. And I go there pretty often, believe it or not. Like I said. I was just there a week and a half ago. No, 2 weeks ago. I was there 2 weeks ago. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat. David, you should watch Best Motoring DVD videos. They're like JDM version of Super Street Mag. I will definitely check that out. I've heard of them, but it's ringing a bell. But I'll definitely check it out. I love the old car videos. They're awesome. They always have like a trance soundtrack in the back, right? Have you ever had an owner upset at how you drove the car during the review? Only a few times, but here's the funny thing. It's usually because they want me to drive it harder. I know that sounds weird, but I'm so like respectful of people's stuff that they're like, hey, bro, like drive it as hard as you want. That's what's so funny. So you guys might remember I had a red Supra for a couple weeks from this guy from Qatar. And he came back and he goes, bro, I watched the videos, you didn't drive it hard enough. And I'm like, brother. So yeah, it's funny. The best way I can describe it, it just came to my mind, is like, if 10 out of 10 is driving crazy, I usually drive like 6 or 7. That's usually where I'm at. Number one best, number one worst Star Wars movie. Number one best, Empire Strikes Back. Worst, Rise of Skywalker. Oh, God, make it stop. Get that Zoomer speak out of here. What's, in your opinion, the best moment you've ever experienced in a car? Probably the most memorable acceleration ever was the first time I got on Jasmine the Evo. That's probably the one that sticks out the most because of just how violent that car was. And it was the first time I drove something that fast. So that's always going to stick to your brain. Gave me the jitters. And then ice drifting in 350Zs with studded tires is the most fun I've ever had in a car. Hey, Andrew in the house with Mustang Lifestyle. We need to bring back Dan. No, let it go. Terminator Co. Yeah, it was a good day. That was a good day. People don't realize that car was broken only an hour before and we fixed it and then we filmed that. Hey, I brought the Red Terminator reviewed, ironically, from Mustang Lifestyle 3 months ago. You ever want to review Mr. Chrome 1 hardtop Terminator? Yeah, it'd be sweet, dude. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. I'd be down. We could definitely do it. Should be picked up tomorrow. Are you going to drive that ZBR again after he turboed it? I don't know. Maybe I'll hit him up sometime. But that car was nuts. That car was so crazy the way it was. But, okay. We're dropping quite a bit of viewers, so I think I'm going to stay on another like 15 minutes or so, and then we'll call it. But it's been an amazing stream, so I'm not gonna complain. What's the worst car you've ever had the displeasure of driving? It wasn't the worst car I've ever driven, but the most insignificant car I've probably ever driven, where I was like, how was this made so poorly, was like the Dodge Avenger. I was like, this is just terrible in every way. It's not the worst car. It's just coming to mind. Tixie, I sent you an email. Listen to my birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. Have you done a review on Model X Plaid? No, I have not. I have not done that. What do you consider the most underrated car? That's a loaded question. To get you turns out it's embarrassing. Please. Most underrated car. Dude, that's tough. I don't mean for the money or anything. I think the TTRS gets a bad rep. The 5-cylinder TTRS, that car's incredible. But not a lot of people talk about it. Have you ever flown a plane? No, I have not. If a flood was coming, the 5 cars to Noah's Ark to safety, they'd all be historical cars, like probably like the Le Mans winning Ford GT, stuff like that. I don't have anything else on the top of my head, but stuff like that. Driven, sadly, not anytime soon. That might just be something in the past now, because I could never get above. It was such a hard battle with that stuff, man, because we had an original formula, we hired all this stuff, we did all this incredible work, and just we got completely pooped on by other people all the time, and it just wasn't fun. Like, the detail world was so mean to us, and it just got exhausting after a while, and we basically broke even every month. So it was a tough time. Add me back on Discord. What? Okay, I'll add you after the stream, because that's weird that I didn't unfriend or anything. It's weird. Ever review or TVR? I'd like to do a Cigaris or Cigaris, however you say it. Oh, hey, Jesse. Yeah, I'd be down, dude. That'd be a good time. Thoughts, hopes for Forza 6, that the story is way more interesting. They claim it's, you're starting as a tourist, so that's going to be good. So hopefully that's hopefully they keep up with that. The Cerberus Speed 12 is one of those badass British cars ever, but I think there's only a few of them, if I remember right. I think the TTRS is a better value than the R8. I'll say it. Overall. I've done lots of 5th gen Camaros. A great platform. I just hate that you can't see out of them. How long does it normally take you to film a review episode? A couple hours. 2-3 hours probably. Glamour shots take 40-something minutes typically if I'm going fast. If I'm taking my time, an hour. And then the driving segment, the hardest part about the driving segment is just not disturbing other people, right? I'm not saying you should get the R rate over the... Okay, look, I'm just saying value for the money. For the money. That's what I'm saying. What racing game do you think has the best story? Underground 2 comes to mind. And it was very simple, right? Horizon 1. I loved Horizon 1. Pro Street was pretty fun too. Need for Speed Heat. I think that's the last Need for Speed I liked was Heat. I wish I made a video about Need for Speed Heat when the iron was hot, but I never did. No, I did not play any music, and I don't think it's going to happen, so. Midnight Club, okay, good one. I was not a fan of Need for Speed 2015. I did not like it. I didn't like how it handled. I didn't like how the AI was. I didn't like it was cold and rainy every day. I just wasn't a huge fan. Thank you, Woodward Race, for the super chat. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Rival stories that you begin. I never played Rivals. I remember Driver. I do remember Driver. My question: what do you guys think is the best arcade racing game? Not realistic physics or anything. What do you guys think is the best? Because I have one in mind. I'm going to see if anyone names it. Car X flat out too. Ah, somebody said it. Somebody said it. My brain went to Burnout Paradise. Burnout Takedown was great too. But yeah, Burnout Paradise was incredible when that game came out. It was so much fun. So much fun. Especially online. That was a good day. Thank you for the super chat. Favorite TikTokers, YouTubers? I don't watch TikTok, believe it or not. I should probably get on TikTok, but I'm not on it. But YouTubers, I mostly watch history stuff, believe it or not. That's like my big thing in my algorithm. So I don't really have any favorites. I just kind of watch documentaries and stuff like that. Nothing that exciting. Typically, when you run a YouTube channel, you don't typically watch the same genre that you work on. I'm just gonna extend this. I think we're at what? Yeah. There, whatever. Currently replaying Gran Turismo. Yeah, man. I don't know if I tell you, I got some shady prayer. Yeah, so that is true. That's actually one of the reasons why I haven't been on there. I mean, but every social media account now, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, to put it in perspective, I have a few friends who work for the government, and none of them are allowed to have it on their phone. So I kind of get it. Also, it's just very brain rotty. Like, I don't want to sound high and mighty, but I'm not a big doom scroller anyway. I'm not a huge short form guy, so I also don't really have a purpose to be on there. Excuse me. Hey, dude, I haven't seen your videos in a long time. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty swell, Ken. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. But yeah, I only uploaded 4 times this month, which is the lowest I have in 10 years. So it was going to be tough. When are you going to grow the beard out? Funny story. So basically what I do is I grow it out until it's just literally unbearable, and then I just hit the reset button. So when I was in high school and early college, I was on a medication called Accutane, and it made my skin sensitive for the rest of my life. So whenever I shave, like, I can't do it all the time, or I just break out like crazy. So yeah, I basically do one big sweep, let it go, shave. One big sweep, let it go, shave. Yeah, Michael, that is facts, dude. It's funny. I remember Weston Champlin told me a story where he puts TikTok in his phone under like 4 different folders, and it's named Time Waster, just so he doesn't just immediately click on it. A lot of people getting out of the YouTube kind of career space, thought about chasing or having. Sometimes. I mean, it's my home. You know what I mean? I would always be doing something in media. Like, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing something in entertainment media, the music industry, something. That's what I'd be doing. I appreciate that, M305. That's very nice of you. Yeah, Saab Kyle, OG as well. 100%. Thoughts on the WRC coming back to the US? That is exciting. I would definitely love to go to a race. I could maybe do a race for that, or do a video for that. That'd be cool. I wish my off-road stuff did better, man. It always flops, sadly, but maybe I'll just do it for me, right? Yeah, Michael, sadly, it is very brain rotty even in the long form. Did you get involved with the new Drifter movie at all? No, sadly I did not. However, I did meet Sun King at SEMA this year in the lobby of the Wynn Hotel, and he was incredibly kind. Um, and I sat down with him and hung out with him for a little bit, and it was really cool to finally like get to know him a little bit. It was great. Linchester, thank you for the super chat. David, any plans for another project car like Junkyard, First Gen Mustang with small block forward, just scream with you too? Nope. If I ever do another project, it's gonna be a newer car. I just don't have good luck with projects. Whether it's some kind of bad juju around me. Like no matter what I do, I buy all the right parts, I buy the right ECUs, I do the right suspension, I do everything. I never cut corners, and my stuff just hardly ever works. And it's just flushing money down the drain. So, yeah. That's how I kind of see it anymore. I'm just gonna make car videos instead. It's definitely worth getting into. You can pretty much post often to penalize if you haven't done work. You just keep trying new things. Yeah, it's hard for me to keep up with both, right? Especially when this is my main income. But you recycle YouTube comment in short form. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I just don't have the time to edit all that stuff. That's what kills me, man. Do you miss the Pro Charger setup or the VMP? No, I don't miss it. The VMP is just easier to maintain. The Pro Charging, you had to do those. The Pro Charger self-contained, so you had to do oil changes on it. So that was kind of annoying, and you had to use their proprietary oil, which was annoying. Sorry, I'm letting the chat refresh, fellas. Apologize for my straight face. Am I out? Aw. When your Red Bull's out. Sad face. Well, go have Gatorade. Have you thought about doing a cut the corners build, things that shouldn't work somehow working? That's actually what I did with my 240 coupe at first in 2016. Thing was held together with paper clips and everything with a 1J, bone stock 1J, bone stock transmission. Blew up after a week of ownership. I was just like, I'm so over this, dude. Going to any rallies this year? I'm not sure yet, but if you're talking about like the road trip style rallies, probably not. But if it comes to rally car stuff, maybe. Yeah, I'm stoked about Travis coming back for sure. Fans F1 season, you mean the new one coming up? I'm excited for it. Ever consider hiring an editor? No, because I'll be transparent, can't afford it. My income with the videos is too inconsistent. So like, if one video does bad, that's like $50. Like from 30 to $50. And if you have a good one, it's like $300 to $500. So if you paid an editor $300 to edit it, it's better for me just to do it, right? To be safe, in case it flops. What's your F1 team of choice? Basically, I don't have one, but I really, really wanted Max to win last season with this comeback. I thought that was so sick. Have you ever been to Monterey Car Week in Cali? If not, would you ever consider going? I have not been. But I don't know if I would, because anytime I do supercar, hypercar stuff, my audience isn't that into it. So I would have to really consider it, because it's very expensive to go to Car Week. By the way, funny story. When I was at Detroit for the Ford unveil of the F1 car for Red Bull, so I'm in like the top floor of this building, and my friends are interviewing all the F1 drivers, and I'm sitting outside in the hallway, and Max walks out from one of the doorways, and all I heard in my brain was his theme song, the da 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 da, and the Netflix Drive to Survive crew was following him. So maybe I might be in the background of the next season giving a peace sign. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, the car collection warehouse is amazing. I've seen it. It's amazing. Thank you, Skyline, for dropping by, man. I really appreciate that. As a veteran creator, how do you avoid burnout on cars, just burnout in general? Basically, what I typically do is I'm much more selective of where I go. And because I practically live at the airport, right? And so basically, if I go to another town and someone's like, hey, let's go out to dinner and let's stay out till 2 a.m. I don't do that anymore, right? I go back and get sleep, and then the next day is, packed with stuff to do. It's just about pacing yourself. And burnout's inevitable, right? It comes in waves. I see it with the B-58. I see what people mean by it. Closed deck, inline 6, good aftermarket support, makes good power. There's a large market there, rust remove service. Ooh, I don't know. Rust removal stuff, man, that's difficult work too. Ricebox, I've considered it. So here's the paradox, right? Say I went to do documentary on the takeover culture. The problem is I feel like I'd be giving them more attention. Do you know what I mean? That's the issue. It's like I would like to film it and condemn it, but then at the same time, I'm giving them the attention they want. So that's why I've kind of stayed away from it. The donk culture video is the format I want to focus on this year, but in different cultures, though, for sure. Car guy, Red Bull's my favorite, but Ghost is a close second. And regular Red Bull and Ghost, the electric limeade. M305, absolutely. 100%. It was the biggest robbery of my entire career. I was mistreated so horribly. And it also just showed, like, people don't watch me for project cars. They watch me for reviews and doing car culture documentaries, right? That's what they watch me for. And it was bad, dude. I was broke after that. No, Ricebox. No, I get your question for sure. But I feel, and here's the other problem too. Anytime I talk about the takeover stuff, it gets demonetized. Like the last time I did a takeover video discussion, it got demonetized within the first 10 minutes. So all that work out the window, right? Dude, my last big documentary I did, the 2014 to 2024, it got demonetized within the first hour because I had one clip of a takeover. It took me 4 days to edit that video. I was so pissed. Just thank you for the super chat. Any plans for a pilgrimage? Take the trip to Japan? Maybe like a vlog style trip. Yes. I am highly considering going to the Missouri at the end of the year. So that's probably when I would go. Because I have been putting that off for years. It's time for me to go. But fellas, we are a little bit down from viewership, so I'm gonna stay on till 9:10. I'm gonna do 8 more minutes, unless things change. How do people make their own documentaries? You just get out there and you do it. Take a camera, you come up with a plan, we go from there. M35, I've done, I did the events last 3 years, and I did the detail product thing. I've done I've done a lot of different things. I also have a website called Project Car Exchange, which is like where you can find turnkey project cars ready to go. So I have that too. But that's an up and coming kind of thing. It's very much in the early stages of its life. So yeah, I have plenty of other stuff going on behind the scenes. And I also do a side job for T-Pain. So I have a lot going on. Always something going on. Never a dull moment. Hey, LC500, would you ever want to move to EV car reviews since that's the future? So, believe it or not, I've done quite a few EVs, and they are so annoying to review. There's nothing to talk about. You get on it, you do it. There's no sound, there's no exhaust. It turns into a tech review. It turns into like their interface on their screen is good or bad. How did it charge? Like, I did a Rivian, it's not out yet. I did the quad Rivian. And I went to 8 different charging stations, and none of them worked. And the same thing happened with the Dodge Charger EV. Couldn't find a place to charge it. Same thing happened with the Taycan. Couldn't find a place to charge it. Like, it was so frustrating. And not only that, not many people on my channel care about them either. So it becomes this weird paradox of like that. But they're very... I got into a discussion with a bit. I'm not going to say which company it was, but at dinner at a press event, I mentioned that EVs were very hard to review, and they just did not understand it. I was like, because they do one thing, they don't do anything else, right? And so it's an appliance, it's not a car, and so explaining that, they were not happy. Excuse me. When do you come back to PR? This year. Haven't decided on the date yet, but I'm going to be there. I promise. I'm going to do some drift events there. Thank you, M305. I appreciate it. That's very nice of you. Sorry to ask you this, what kind of car culture out there? So that's the beauty of it, right? I can go to Japan, I can go to Thailand, I can go to Eastern Europe. That one I really want to do, specifically Bosnia and Herzegovina and Serbia in that area. I want to do that. I want to do Poland with Warsaw and Drift Masters. I want to do possibly South America at one point, maybe Africa. So, like, there's so many places I'd like to go. Rambo, believe it or not, I was in the crew Motorfest. So I did do some work in a video game as a boss, which was neat. Put a video out, but people weren't into it, sadly. So, but yeah, it was cool. Have you reviewed an Explorer SD? Yes, I did a black one that made 700 horsepower. Yep, I was a boss in the Crew Motor Fest. Well, but no, it was a seasonal challenge, so it's gone now. It was me, Shmee, and Donut, I believe, was also in it at the time. But yeah, if you type in ThatDudeinBlue YouTube ThatDudeinBlue video game boss, you'll find the video where I showed the whole process of it. And they put Smurf in the game, the Integra in the game, and they didn't have an S13, but they put an S14 in the game. No, it was cool. It was a life achievement for sure. David, you still talk to the OG Donut guys? I do. I did the Big Trip finale with them as an announcer. Yeah, I really like all of them. They're all like, they're such good people. Like, I love working with Nolan. I love working with Justin. Steph, she's super cool. Jimmy's great. I love his Instagram name, Russell Jimmy. I actually reviewed their SVT Focus from the Big Trip. It's just not out yet. So, yeah, they're great. Red Light Ranch, that does sound pretty sick. Yo, what's good? So Iron Lung is out. Market for indie filmmakers make it big in the movie theater. Going to think about actually making a movie around cars or something. I've always thought about it, but I just never had the time or the money or the budget. But that's why I really respect what Sun Kang's doing right now with the Drift movie. So we'll see how that goes. If there's more demand for car movies, maybe in the future. But right now, no. A horror movie is a lot more marketable. Let's just say that. But I think it's a huge achievement. Yes, I am hype about FS6 for sure. Okay, I'm gonna push to 9:15. Okay, because we're still doing pretty solid. Dude, of course, Metal. Thank you for saying that. Let's see. How far is the 30 minutes or so, roughly 35 minutes. How little are you gonna post on the channel when you get platinum on your TV? Honestly, that would be nice. But that's what I would hire people, Michael. One day, man. Even if I'm 40, I don't care. I would still do it. 35 now. Go on for it, you know? Have you considered reviewing other methods of going fast, like offshore racing? No, I haven't really gotten into it. I didn't grow up in a snow state either, so snowmobiles were never a thing. And then offshore racing, boat stuff's expensive. I love riding fast jet skis and freaking personal watercrafts, though. That stuff's so fun. Did you ever have skater shoes back in the day? Dude, oh yeah, DC, what's your favorite? So I still skate, right? I had them all, dude. I had Etnies, DCs, S's, Osiris, Audio, but Vans. Vans are my big ones. Oh, Americas were really good too. I liked those a lot. The DVSs, I remember when they had the toe was like this thick rubber. so it didn't wear out as fast, but they were way heavier. Oh, Lakai's, dude. I actually have the limited edition Tony Hawk Lakai's. I haven't even worn them. I'm not a sneakerhead at all. I passed Mount Trashmore Skate Park. Dude, they butchered that place. That was one of the best skate parks in America with its layout, and they destroyed it. The new setup is so terrible. It literally breaks my heart, because that's where I got my car career started, with somebody working at Trashmore said, hey, I like your car. You should come to the car meets. Yeah, so PNW, basically the park used to be a landfill, and they converted the whole place into a public park for the city, and they called it Trashmore, yes. So the big hill out Mount Trashmore underneath is a landfill. Yeah, no, Michael, it's been great. It's been great, man. Just chilling. Chan, mix of both. You know, I have my bread and butter reviews that are very, very simple and traditional. And by the way, a lot of people don't realize that I still make car reviews. I just can't name them car reviews anymore because YouTube algorithm. If I name a car review video car review, it almost never does well and the data doesn't lie, right? So when I do these personalized videos about these cars, they're still the ThatDudeinBlue car reviews. But the rest is going to be more documentary based for sure. Wah wah, without even a blink, dude. Should put your non-copyright music you made. Yeah, maybe. I thought about it. For sure. I've actually started to think about it. Twin Turbo Corvette review went plenty of them. I've done them a lot, actually. Especially the C8s. Oh man, a Bayverse car movie. I can't even imagine. Oh yeah, did you ever learn how to DJ your kind of music? No. I believe it or not, I have not used a CDJ in like 4 years, or you probably know 3 years. I'm so rusty. I would have to practice it. Plus, I would have to get a nicer one to learn on. Linchester, have you ever start traveling vlogs for a different car culture, different car? Be sure to stop by Singapore. That sounds sweet. Let me actually write that down. And I 100% have always wanted to go there. Singapore car culture, because Mighty Car Mods went there years ago, and it looked amazing. Dude, the freaking boiler room videos that have gone so viral lately of people being so trash. It's rough. Yeah, house music's easy because it's like 128 the whole time, right? With the hi-hat beat, which is really nice. That's why so many people love doing it at clubs and stuff. I saw Mal P in Vegas, and oh god, his set was just so straightforward. I'm like, he's got it down. He can do that in his sleep. Rush is great. That's a great movie. Dude, that one Fred again clip where the guy hit his elbow on it. But that ended up probably being a blessing because it went super viral, right? It was like, oh, look at this funny moment. It was a blessing for him. I've seen Denofa's Porsche drift in person, and it's pretty incredible. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I asked Denofa if it was weird. He was like, yeah, it's weird at first, but you get used to it really quick. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, it's kind of like when you drift a Corvette, with its transaxle, all that weight on the back. You have to drive, when you drift a Corvette, you have to be really mean. You have to be in the throttle the whole time, or it straightens back out if it's set up well. Sorry, my chat is freezing. I apologize, guys. Dream car to race up Pikes Peak. I would do it in a Radical, because that's what I have the most experience in. Radical SR1. That's what I would do it in. When it comes to track racing and downforce. Ooh, which Gymkhana would you pick if you would be the San Francisco one? That's my favorite one out of all of them, with the drift jump and everything. I actually just saw the car from that at the Henry Ford Museum. Are you in the RC car truck scene at all? I am not, but a few of my friends are absolutely obsessed with it. They love it. What are your thoughts on a 1314 Mustang as first enthusiast car? Great. Absolutely great. Whoa! Goal! Thank you, Chan Man. That's freaking awesome. Thank you for that. It's their first super chat on a live stream. Thank you. This is very nice of you. I appreciate that a lot, Chan Man. Thank you. W. What's the most financially irresponsible build you've ever made up in your head? Ooh. In my head? Well, the Hellcat Magnum would take that pretty easily. The Coyote Stomp 240 is up there too, but I think Hellcat Magnum's more. I thought about doing a 3.5 EcoBoost Boss 429, like an old Boss muscle car. That was going to be really expensive, and I was like, I can't. Yeah, so I did not go through with that. In your opinion, what's the definition of a success as an automotive YouTuber? In my mind, for me, I consider, and everybody's goals are different, but a video hitting 100K for me is a win. To me, that's like, I did it. I did a good job. People were interested. all that. So if you can consistently get like 100,000 views, then you're a YouTuber. You're 100% a YouTuber. But I've seen many people do it with less, but they just upload more, right? W16 Chevy Spark. How long do you give up a Jay-Z life for 5? This will be, if this Jay-Z goes, it's the last one. I'm putting an EcoBoost in it. I'm going to be done. Just want to say thanks, man, for helping out with your content. Very covered. Dude, I appreciate that. That's really nice. Do that, like, it actually helps me a lot. Father Five, I'm out, man. Good night. Shoot you text email. Thank you for stopping by, brother. It is Sunday. It is getting late. So definitely. Green, not anytime soon, sadly. They don't do well, and it's like burning money for no reason to do project cars for me. So I might do minor mods on my next project car, but that's it. The 13 Boss 302 is a great car. That car is awesome. Hey, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Catching me live. You just caught me, too. I was thinking about getting off. I keep moving the goalposts. I keep saying I'll get off at 9. I'll get off at 9:15. I'll get off at 9:30. Thank you, Linchester. Oh yeah, the 2026 Japan GT300 BRZ now has a flat 6 twin turbo from the SVX. That is crazy. You know, I've tried to review SVXs 3 times and they broke every time they showed up to the shoot day. Bummer. 2026 Ford Mustang GTD. I finally got to drive it. It was amazing. Jesse, thank you for stopping by, brother. Always good to see you. Yeah, they were. They were Ricebox. They were very close. Would you consider a Coyote Swap 246 a hot rod? Kinda. Kinda, because it looks ridiculous here with the motor sticking out with no hood and all that kind of stuff. Is there a video for that? Yep. Yep. Full review video. It was great. Great day. What's your favorite? Why is the MB? I will say, though, the MB drives 100 times better than the NA. I know the NA has flip-ups, but the MB drives better. 01X, GT3 RS, or GTD. Oh, don't make me. Don't make me. Oh. A Grabber Blue GTD would be amazing. Oh my god, Chan, thank you. And that is the coolest GIF ever uploaded in this stream. Holy crap. But to answer your question, go to the drag strip in the 01X to do the 8-second quarter mile, do a road course in the GT3 RS, and daily the GTD. Chan, man, coming in clutch with the freaking super chat, dude. On that note, I'm going to go pee real quick. I will be right back. Thank you, Chan. Real quick. I know I'm going to hear comments about my freaking chair. Someone's gonna say it. Oh, it's a chair stream. It's a chair, get a new chair. I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I came back. I knew it. Man, I called that one. Chair stream. Chair stream. Chair game. Oh, Victor, thank you. Guys, I didn't even know these gifts were a thing on the super chats. That's super cool, but Victor, thank you. Domino's or Papa John's? Domino's out of those two. Very important information we have here. Do you have a favorite drag strip? I want to go to the one in Alaska, but I loved it. Oh no, MIR, Maryland. It's my favorite one. It's below sea level. Everybody runs crazy fast there. Ableton plug-in Monday. At least you don't. Oh, dude, Pete, I know exactly what you're. I'm in on the joke. I'm in on it. Oh man. See, look, freaking chair stream. We lost 30 people. Look what happened, guys. All because I had to pee. No wonder those Twitch streamers go crazy. There's no way to live. Hey, Zosh in the house. Dude, I miss you too, man. I hope your Honda stuff's going great. I love the builds you do. By the way, everybody, if you're not subscribed to Zosh, go subscribe to Zosh. He's freaking a real one. Found 2 boxes left in a trash bin overnight and they're still warm. I saw. I will say, though, Little Caesars, there's something about having, like, trash pizza, man. You gotta be in the mood for it, but there is something about it. Have you ever tried slot? Yes, and autocrosses, yes. It does hit different when you're getting that value. And so in college, I lived like next to a Little Caesars, and I would go in there all the time because I didn't have hardly any money, right? And I'd go in there, and I remember one day I had gone there like 2 days in a row, and then I skipped a day, and then I went right back for another hot and ready, and I go in, and the guy literally goes, "You're back again?" And that was like, oh, I was like, I'm here too much. See you, Joey. Thank you for stopping by, man. Oh, Bug, thank you, man. I put my freaking heart into that event. Dude, Cosmic Drift 3 was wild, though. We had almost 3,000 people, which was a huge win. So one day I'll be able to do another one, but we'll see. The Veilside, yeah, it was cool. The DK350Z was cool. Veilside kit, twin turboed, pretty neat. Did I win on? Not this time, Cheech. Sorry, man. Is there a better cheap meal than pizza or ramen? I prefer cheap pizza, personally. But I'm also a freaking fiend for pizza. You gonna go to Riverside? Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to Riverside this year. I do associate Little Caesars with car meets. That's probably another reason why. Because I'd get like a hot and ready and like tailgate out of a friend's EG hatch or something with some friends. Write a little something for myself to read. Competition or Terminator. I'm thinking black on black for a vigilante. I don't know. There's something about just a black car and a protagonist or an antagonist. Biggest goal of 2026, to do more videos like my donk video. That is my goal this year. Because it was fun, it was fresh, it was different, and well, everybody liked it. All right, we are down by almost... Oh my God, Chan! Brother. Thank you, Chan. I appreciate it. He is the winner. He is the winner of today. For sure. 100%. But I am gonna go for, I don't care if he makes videos or not. I subscribe to Chan Man. Oh, Victor coming in clutch! Holy dude, Victor, you're a freaking animal, dude. You're an absolute animal. I literally was about to get off, and here we go again. Oh man, that's so funny. Chan and Victor, thank you. You guys have been incredible. Seriously. Oh man, who here is a veteran of my streams? There was somebody who would like hold me hostage with like $1. I'm trying to remember. He would just do $1 to keep me around. And here comes Victor with the steel chair! Dude, the stickers are actually pretty dope. When they're like a Transformers one earlier. What should I build? LS swap 60 Mustang Coupe or Coyote swapped 05 to 09 Mustang GT? The Coyote swap 05 to 09 will be a lot easier because the S197 chassis is very similar from the 2011 to 2014. So it should kind of sort of bolt in. And there was the F-150 swapped one I drove years ago, and it was actually pretty simple. So that one. You can keep the chair. Oh yeah, I love streaming, man. Like, I really do. I know it. I don't get these huge numbers, but the people who come are just so enjoyable to hang out with, and it just shows like who really supports me after all these years, right? And it's just been really, really cool. All right, there's not too many people watching as much, or not as many. There's plenty of you guys, but you guys have been... No, P&W, thank you. Well, no, this is very uncommon. This is very uncommon for this much support, but honestly, it kind of brings a tear to my eye because this month was so hard. So I do appreciate it a lot. Like, truly. It's I'm getting a little emotional. But anyway, I promise it's not performative. But did you get... I think there's been enough of a goal met, but if you guys aren't into it, just let me know and I can play you a song. If you don't care, then I'll just get off and we'll end it on a high note. I know what Michael wants, but you know, not everybody's into the wild stuff I make. But I did make a really chill one, which is really pretty. But That would probably be the one I show. Yeah, metal, 3 hours seems to be the sweet spot for me too. That's actually probably a good idea, Victor. I'm going to write that down. I'll make like a, you know what I'll do? Is I'll do like an intro video and I'll have the song behind it or just something like my TDIB logo rotating or something like a please stand by. Please stand by video with music. I'm going to make that probably this week because that'll be neat. Party's just getting started. Scared to play an absolute banger. You don't know if it's a banger. Jax, oh my god. Hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Words are hard. Hey, David, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for that super chat. And let's play GeoGuessr. Oh man. But Jax, thank you. I do appreciate the super chat. And JM, thank you for that. I don't know why that made me laugh so much, the let's play GeoGuessr. Oh, yeah. Best way to... Well, yeah. The only thing about that, PNW's got to worry about sampling sometimes. You fly a lot. What's your preferred airline? Delta. I have flown every major airline dozens of times. And Delta, overall, I have the best experience with. And they always make things right when things go wrong. I've had some horror stories with some other ones, though. Whoa, Ricebox. That's in like 20... That is 2016 or 17. The white manual Hellcat. I never drove another manual Hellcat after that. Insane. Oh yeah, metal. No, I have the coolest viewers in the effing world. I mean, if you go to any of my videos too, and you read the comments, like I have the most supportive and constructive audience that's so not toxic. And I'm so lucky to have that after 15 plus years of doing this. You know, because some people's communities get meaner over time. Mine never did. Mine actually started... When I first started, I got hate because I was just a kid. But then it eventually came out to super, super supportive people. Game of Thrones, dude, Game of Thrones is a sore subject, man, because the first, 3 to 5 seasons are so good, and then it just... USDM, it's gotten a lot more expensive to do that. You're gonna probably, to do it right, you're gonna spend probably 15K, 10 to 15. So that's up to your kind of point of view, right? If you're ever going to Tokyo, Japan, be sure to drop by Auto Garage TBK. The owner is of the Midnight Club. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Auto Garage TBK. Sweet. Thank you for the super chat, Linchester, and the advice. Why did every YouTuber have 55 different giveaways going at the same time? I'll let you in on a secret, MJV. If those giveaways work, they don't just work a little bit. I have some insight on some of the success of some of them, and the numbers that they made were staggering. It would be the equivalent of doing my channel for 7 years. And that's why they did it, because it worked, right? So if you invest 15 to 20K in a build and you do the giveaway stuff and you quadruple your money, they're going to just keep doing that. The sad thing is that then you get stuck in a loop because you think that's the only way to be successful. And that's how a lot of channels get caught in the box. So I thought about doing it at one point, and then I just never did it. Have you ever been to the Pancake Patch? I have not, actually, but I have heard about it. Ever consider doing a stream right along, just a cruise night, maybe night drive cruise? I have, but I realized that I would get way into the chat and probably crash my car. So, you know. Yeah, PNW, you have to think of it though, like the effort per view ratio. Like Garrett has the ability to do anything he wants, and he will get good viewership, period, because people love him, right? I can't do that. I have to be so careful with what I upload. And so I'm sorry if somebody goes, hey, I'm just gonna put up a video of me power washing my bleachers to get 1 million views, I'm gonna do it too. So I get it. M305, typically the when it comes to press events and stuff, it took me 7 years to get invited to my first press event. Maybe more. Maybe no, it was like 8. It was like 8 years. But I basically just did what I did and grew my channel organically, and then they reached out to me. So I don't ask brands to go to things, they reach out to you. But it's just, there's no secret to YouTube. It's just you don't stop doing it. You just don't stop doing it until it works. And that's basically what it is. Install a TV on your windshield to see super chats. What if you don't crash? That's probably a good idea. Eclipse could mow his lawn and I watch. That's what I mean, right? So that's the thing about it, is like he has a superpower with that, and I do not blame the man. Yeah, I've thought about going back to the second channel, but I experimented with it earlier last year, and it didn't go that well. I was like, so maybe that'll be my music channel later. Just use that one. Favorite car I reviewed recently? Probably the combo of the GTD and the C801. Those are very memorable. I have heard of Jimmy. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, but I hear really good things. USDMJ, that sounds dope. I would drive that. Did you see that VA Beach got a ton of snow? Yes, I did. It was weird. When I lived there, it would either never snow or it would downpour. Like, it would go crazy. It would be crazy. It was weird because you walk a beach boardwalk and it'd be snowing outside. It was like this big oxymoron in my head. Have you driven a stock Genesis coupe? Yes, I have. The first one I ever did. And then the rest of them were modded after that. Ooh, Yucky, that's a great question. For the driving experience, the GT350. For daily driver use and a car just as fast, if not faster, the S650 manual. I would love to do an S650, but I'm waiting for the prices to go down to do that later. Thoughts on Dodge's TT Hurricane i6? So I just drove the 6-pack about 2 months ago. It was 2 months ago. I thought it was great. And my friend Morgan has gone 8s with a Hurricane swapped car. So it's pretty pretty sick engine. Do you know what happened to the big turbo? He did a bunch more stuff to it, and it was never the same. Like, he put a wide body on it and all this other stuff, and he overdid it. I don't know what happened to it now, but yeah, he overdid it. Metal, I have not, but thank you for the recommendation. Your thoughts on C806? Because the first time in major issues with mine. Currently on engine number 3? Dang, I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I have not owned one, obviously, but every one I've reviewed has worked fine. But no, I'm so sorry you're going through that, man. That stinks, because it's a really fun car to drive. I gotta ask, back then, have you considered a VK swap? No. Because at the time, the support wasn't as good. Nowadays, maybe. But back then, no. Yeah, dude. Kyle's an animal, dude. Talented driver. Talented builder. He's got it going on, man. I have a ton of respect for Kyle. Yeah. US, I think eventually people will catch on to them because they're already LS or they're already LT. Put angle on it, and they're pretty much done. There was one I saw at a local drift event, and he killed it. He was doing great. Just a handbrake, and he just had only a handbrake. That was it. Oh, thanks, Jess. I appreciate that, man. It's always good to see people come back, so I appreciate it. Hey, my phone's about to die. Gotta catch the QNA and all. Thank you. Thank you, Anton. Thank you for stopping by. Yep, told you, Michael. Every time. Are either black or white Evos from way back in the day still driving around? Nessa still drives around and Jasmine still drives around, yes. Before Smurf was supercharged, aka before it had all the problems. Dude, Smurf was perfect. When it made like 430 wheel, it's the most fun I ever had in that car. What do you think for Godzilla engine is popular? I actually don't know, but I think it's because it's tall. There's not as much aftermarket support for it, and the oil pan is a huge issue. And I think that's the biggest part. Why don't you drive James this 15 video someday? Maybe this time you get traction. Yeah, maybe. Could probably do it. Yeah, dude, his car was terrifying in that cold day. That was terrifying. Jeez, Jared Bear, that's crazy. Oh, God, that breaks my heart, man. Oh, it's so annoying. Yeah. What's the most drastic change to a car you've already reviewed before? Probably that. Probably James's 15. It comes to mind. I drove it from Virginia Beach to Florida in 2015 with a naturally aspirated SR, and now it has like a 700 horsepower 2J in it. So probably just off the rip, that came to mind. Most expensive car you've driven? Would you drive a Bugatti if you had the chance? Yeah, I would. Most expensive car would either be the Carbon Edition 4GT 2020 and Porsche 918. Probably the Porsche 918. That was a big day for me. That was a huge day for me. One of the most memorable days of my life. Yeah, Candy, count me in. That sounds amazing. That's sick, dude. Yeah, Ed's been super busy, so I just haven't been able to do a video with him. Which car culture is most interesting to you, either States or abroad? If I have to close my eyes and go like this, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is right off the rip one of the most interesting. Atlanta is one of the reasons why I moved here. It has everything. It has literally everything. And then sorry, I'm thinking. Hawaii's was super cool. That was a really cool experience. Really unique challenges there with how expensive everything is. Puerto Rico's the same way. Yeah, I guess those. I guess off the top of my head, that would have been my first one. What is the one car that you would recommend the same price range as the Z06? Ooh, that's really tough. Honestly, Dark Horse SC, when that comes out, that's probably my guess. That's probably my guess. It's not out yet, but it's going to be probably around the same price as the 06, and it's going to be great. So yeah, probably that. Oh yeah, Michael, that's a great idea. That's actually a really good idea. Never thought about that. Who's in your music rotation lately? Ooh, you know what? Well, let's see here. What we got? One Heart with a nice lo-fi feel. Peekaboo, Clean Cloister, Go Up, Only Numbers. Let's see. Duke Dumont. Fred. Yeah, Fred again. I don't care how popular it is. I like Fred again a lot. Chasing Status, however you want to say it. Let's see. AC Slater. Let me go to Spotify. I'm so bad. I have Apple Music and Spotify. Let's see. Chris Lake. Alice in Wonderland's new album. Nina Geraci's new album. Memphis LK. Empire of the Sun. A lot of just older stuff. Eli Brown. It's like old dance music. Oh man, just guess what came up on my shuffle just now? Lights Bass Nectar remix by Ellie Goulding. Classic. Classic. Oh, Red Phantom. Good memories, brother. Oh yeah, Porter Robinson's always in rotation though. Thoughts on Model S Plaid review or Cyber Beast? I have not done the Plaid itself, champion. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, let me answer this question real quick. I've never reviewed the Plaid itself, but I reviewed the Plaid SC. But I have not done. I don't even know what a Cyber Beast is, to be honest. Do you mean the Cybertruck? Chan Man, last one I promise. Here's a good year. Did he care me? I hope you next stream. Thank you, Chan Man. You are goated today, along with everybody else who supported me today. So nice of you guys. Seriously. Insane. I'm lost for words. I'm out of words to say. But no, I have not driven the Cybertruck. What are the most common misconceptions about people being a YouTuber? That having 1 million subscribers means you're rich. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been to a car event. And they're like, bro, like, when are you going to buy a GT2 RS? I'm like, it doesn't work that way. But so-and-so bought one. I'm like, I know, but everyone's different. Everyone's different. Slow boy sounds good to me. I still haven't done a bolt-on one. Whenever I go to San Diego, I try to see TJ. Whenever I'm in Texas, I try to see Evan. So yeah, I went shooting with Evan last time I saw him. Went to the range with him, and then TJ. Whenever I see Throttle, I love the Throttle guys. Ricky's awesome, Quinn's awesome, Evan from there is awesome. So I always see them, and I always see TJ whenever I'm there. YouTuber R35. I mean, it was a natural stepping stone for a lot of people. I have not heard of the Mega Rex trucks or the Mega Raptor. Is the Mark IV Super experience replicable with a E90X 335i? Similar but different. The Supra is just such a raw experience. There's almost nothing like it. I mean, now in hindsight, the Skylines are easier to drive. They're more stable, and the Supras are just rowdy, right? It's just different. Do any of your old cars ended up? No. No idea. Brian did. David, hi David. Hope you're doing well. We just joined. What's the TO lives happen? I got real sick for a real long time, twice, and that's why I couldn't upload or work, and it was horrible. And now I'm back, starting February off strong with you lovely people on a stream, catching up with everybody. Thoughts on LZ's Big Block? Incredible. It's amazing. It's freaking sick. Thoughts on Koenigsegg beef with the Hamilton collection? I heard grumblings with these cars issues. You know, I like Koenigsegg a lot, but I have no insight on reliability or anything because I've actually never even filmed a Koenigsegg. I know they're incredible cars. I've always been a fan of the company as a spectator, but yeah, it's just a very unrelatable thing. I don't know. It's just one of those things I just can't relate. You know, it's like, oh, I got this multi-million-dollar car and it doesn't work all the time. It's like, well, yeah, it's a custom-built boutique car. Is that really surprising? So, I don't know. I see both sides of the coin. Thoughts on LC500 getting discontinued? It's a bummer. I saw it coming because it just wasn't selling well, but it's such a fantastic car. Absolutely fantastic car. Getting smart with my smart water. Oh, the blooper reel vids, yeah. I went back and watched a bunch of those back in the day. From back in the day. They're funny. Cheater my most watched YouTube channels, and I still never see your community posts. Dude, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. If you type in YouTube automotive videos or car videos, I never pop up in the algorithm. It is tough, dude. It is tough. Have you ever been to Missouri? Oh, 1,000,000 times. Passed through there 1,000,000 times. Done stuff in St. Louis. Done stuff in Jefferson City. A bunch of stuff. Michael, I do not know why. I still to this day don't know why. And YouTube has never given me an answer. Sorry, my chat's freezing. I apologize. I'm just going to wait it out. I might have to refresh, fellas. Sorry. One sec. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe it's the universe's sign that it's time to get off. Yeah, Michael, man, okay, there we go. Michael, okay, here we go. Yeah, dude, it's very hard. It's very hard. It's a pill to swallow, because if you look at my analytics, it just doesn't get distributed. Like, I get really lucky with some videos, but that's it. Besides Grabber Blue, what other Ford colors do you like? They make good colors. I mean, Liquid Blue is sick. Mistachrome, duh. Avalanche Gray. I'm not a huge gray guy, but Avalanche Gray is pretty nice. I like that gray. It's great. Yeah, M305, that's what I would have to hire an editor. It'd be tough. But I think, okay, I'm going to go. I'm starting to get sleepy now. My brain's been on fire this whole time. So I'm going to basically stay a little bit longer, finish out some questions or some super chats, and then call it. Yep, same old on Smurf. Cobra R and Mistachrome. I think that was in the transitional period between the SN95 Mystic and into Mistachrome with the Terminator. All right, I'm going to wait for one more chat wave, and then I'm going to call it. Bear Falcons are legal to import in a few years. Just the, yeah, that is a good thought. It's a very good thought, actually. I would highly consider that. I've always been a fan. What card do you wish they bring back besides the Viper? Ooh, that's a good one. Sylvia. I want to see a Sylvia. I want to see a modern Sylvia. I want to see what they would do. And I think that's all I got to say about that. So, everybody, I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. It was such a great stream. It was so awesome talking to everybody. The support is insane and overwhelming. I'm very thankful to have the audience that I have. Excuse me. And I will try to get back to uploading as soon as I can. Got some stuff in the background, or sorry, in the back catalog I can edit to get some stuff out. But I will see you guys later this week. I appreciate every single one of you. And see you next time.